So, WYZE is not a brand I knew about until very recently, and I've heard so many good things about it. So, I decided to explore that as an indoor pet monitoring camera. I have the WYZE V3, and there is a pro version out, but it's like double the price. And when I was looking at the features and reviews, I didn't think the pro was impressive enough compared to the V3 to actually spend that extra money. I'd rather wait till some newer versions come out and then the price drops, and then maybe I would buy it. I have two of these cameras. I bought them as a bundle of two for about 60 bucks, so very, very cheap. I heard a lot of good reviews on some really advanced tech channels. The reason I'm making this video is because I feel like it's just as important to hear about it from an average viewer as it is to hear about it from a professional. The professionals, they have tons and tons of cameras they've experimented with. They're going to see it a completely different way than you. They're probably going to be more critical of it than you. And what's it like to be a general user? How is it going to feel for you? um, so for example, it doesn't pick up that well on sound, but without a device measuring exactly how much sound it's picking up on, I probably wouldn't have noticed that unless there was a huge difference between this and the device I'm comparing it to. I don't care about the sound, honestly. That's not really what I was going for. What I wanted was being able to watch this live without having to be on the same network, without the GPS, without Bluetooth, without needing a subscription. Pretty much every feature I needed was free with this. So the camera is like super small. Here's a basic coffee mug. And then when you unfold it as tall as it can be, it's going to topple over if you leave it like this unattached, but this is how tall it can get. The back is the speaker. It also has a siren that you can set off through the app in your phone. The app is super easy, by the way. You can talk to your pet through this. I've tested it, and pets like dogs and cats, they have amazing hearing. So people who are complaining that this isn't very loud, you're obviously forgetting that animals have better ears than we do. You do not need a loudspeaker to talk to your pet. On the bottom, you've got the slot for the SD card. I don't use an SD card, but you can, which is really nice to have the local storage so that it's not all cloud-based, because cloud-based means you need to have internet or some kind of cellular signal, whereas this, you can just take the card out, pop it in your computer, and you can watch it. The setup button, only need to do it one time. The only thing about the setup I didn't like was that I had to scan a QR code, and it took several tries to get it to pick up on that. The QR code shows up on your phone screen, and then you have to let the lens pick up on it. That was annoying. Otherwise, super easy setup. The bottom, there is tools that it comes with to screw it in the wall. You can also stick it. But the thing I love most, and this is how I do it, is it's magnetic. Fantastic. Look at that. It's not falling off. Excellent. The cord is pretty dang long. And it is a USB, which means if you're having trouble with the brick, you can easily swap it into another one. Very, very easy. The cord is actually flat. So there's pros and cons to having a flat cord. You can run this along your wall pretty easily. Because it is flat, it is a little reluctant to straighten out. When you first get it, you kind of have to let it like loosen up a little bit, but minor detail for me. Here's the conversion. It uses one of those like kind of older chargers, so you have to make sure that it's going in the correct way. I love this rubber thing. This keeps it in place so nice and really keeps it from falling out. The only thing is I can't see through the rubber to like figure out if I'm actually like fully in or not. But the cameras have lights on the front to let you know if it's powered up. So if there is a problem with the cable, I'm gonna see it. You can turn them on and off from the app on the phone. The app is so good. You can't view multiple cameras at the same time on the app, but it's very easy to swap back and forth between camera views. You can name the cameras so that you know which one is which. I feel like if I had 4 or 5 different cameras, it might be kind of annoying to have to swap them like that, but I only have 2, and so it's not a big deal to me. I was able to watch the live feed very easily when I was miles away from home. We were obviously not on the same Wi-Fi network. I don't need a subscription for that. You can set it to auto detect day or night, which I think it does a really good job of that. Or you can set them to permanently be in a status. And you can do it for separate cameras. So I might want one to be permanently at night because it's going to be in a dark place. And maybe the other one, I want it to be on auto because it's going to be near a window. You can absolutely do that. I also love that there's buttons in the app like I'm home, and you can pick which features you want running while you're home. Maybe you don't want all those notifications blasting off on your phone, you can turn them off. And then the one where I'm away, again, same thing, you can set which features you want on and which ones you want off. You can do motion detection without the subscription. The only big features that the Cam Plus plan offers that you can't get in basic is really the facial recognition and pet recognition. All the other features I feel are extremely minor, and it don't really make a big difference. But the facial recognition, pet recognition, cameras still have a very long way to go on those anyway. I don't think it would be worth investing. I think WYZE still has a lot of room to grow in that area. So I would recommend waiting for more advanced versions to come out, or I would look at a different camera altogether. Arlo looks really good. Like, I had my eye on the Arlo cameras for a little while now. I just don't have a need to get those features. But if I did, I would probably go with Arlo. Blink and Ring, I feel like they're ruining their business with the whole subscription thing. Like, it's such a disappointment for me, because before the subscription deal came out, like, their older products were so good and useful. But since that subscription came out, I think they're going to lose a lot of people, especially with the price of the subscriptions. But the WYZE devices, like, these are really, really good. I am praying WYZE does not go the same direction as Blink and Ring. I don't think they're going to, because that's not really what their cameras are designed for. Like, they're more on the basic side, and yes, they're growing, but they're not discontinuing the older models. They're still available. The app is great. I feel like as long as they don't change the app, these are definitely going to stay in, like, the top 10 of the best cameras that you can get. It can be used outdoors and indoors. I only use it indoors because I use it for monitoring my pet. I'm not using it as security. So if you want to put it outdoors, you absolutely can. Again, you'd probably have to screw it in. The magnetic feature is probably not going to be enough for that. If you do put your camera up outside, make sure that you put it high enough that someone can't just grab it and take it down. So, you know, try to look for like a 6 feet or higher position. Indoors doesn't really matter that much. It's small enough that I can kind of hide it, but I don't really feel like I need to. I put one on my desk, and then I put one for under the bed, and that's it. So if you want basic features, you just want to monitor your pet, you're not really looking for people breaking into your house, this is fine. The $35 camera, it's gonna do it. And if you don't like it, well, it's only 35 bucks. It's not like the Google Nest where you wasted $100 because the Google Home app sucks. So I think this is a great place to start. Start with the cheapest products, and if you're happy, great. If you're not, well, you didn't waste as much money. So I hope this helps you guys decide if you want to give this one a try. It's a thumbs up for me. If my experience changes or it breaks down on me, I'll put up a new video. But for now, I think you guys are really going to like this. I think it's totally worth looking into. I would actually consider getting the bundle. I'm thinking of getting a third one, as a matter of fact. So happy holidays. Merry Christmas.